Welcome back to Tune Into Tarot, and we're going over the weekly forecast for the week of March 8th, I believe, through the 14th, 2021. So we start out the week, and I'm kind of looking at these cards a little bit more like those magic eye designs from the 90s where you see this crazy design and then you kind of step back from it and this 3D image comes out. So I'm looking at this spread less like on a day-to-day basis, like this card means this energy is unfolding on this day and that card means that energy is unfolding on that day. I'm looking at as like, what storyline can I extract from the spread, and how do these cards interrelate with each other? So the first thing that my eye is drawn to in this spread, and you're probably not able to see it very well, but perhaps I can superimpose like a screenshot of it. But we have the World card in the very center of the spread. And it's one of the only upright cards of the entire week. We also have the Page of Wands at the end of the week upright, but everything else is reversed. So how I'm seeing this is the World card is sort of this line of demarcation where it's like this earlier part of the week versus the later part of the week. And she's sort of looking back over this earlier part of the week in kind of this whimsical, daydream-like gaze. And it's kind of melancholy and sad almost. So we'll kind of dig into what's happening in this early part of the week. And then as the week unfolds, after that point, things start to shift a bit, or the focus shifts. So to start out the week on Monday, we have the Six of Cups reversed. And the Six of Cups in the upright position, as I usually like to talk about the upright position first, has to do with nostalgic memories from the past. So these are happy thoughts of the past. And there are two children in the picture here. They're smelling flowers. It's a very like loving scene. So in the reverse position, you might expect that these memories of the past might be a little bit more on the unpleasant side, or it might carry some pain, like they might be painful memories. And because there are children there, it could be childhood memories that are painful and surfacing earlier on in the week. It also could indicate what I'm gathering as children misbehaving earlier in the week. And by the way, the solution that I'm seeing with if children are misbehaving or you work with kids, if you can take them outside and get them to smell the flowers or see the buds that are emerging at this time of the year, I think that might be a good solution for that. But in any case, the Six of Cups reversed, I'm seeing, just like some painful memories surfacing. And so moving on to the next day, we have the Queen of Swords reversed. And we pulled the Queen of Swords in the upright position last week. And the Queen of Swords upright is a very kind of respectable leader who is receptive, who's fair, balanced, who leads from logic and her mind and not so much from her heart, so she doesn't get attached to the emotional impulses of decision making. In the reverse position, however, the Queen of Swords is often looked at as the bitch card. So the Queen of Swords can be cold and calculating, callous. She can be overly critical. She can be bitter and spiteful. So I'm almost seeing, as she's looking back over these painful memories from the past, that either we are looking at our memories from the past from this vantage point of kind of feeling bitter and spiteful about those memories that are surfacing, or I'm also seeing it as possibly the memories that we're having are due to people feeling spiteful or bitter about us, possibly. And that will make more sense as we go through this. But I think the message from the Queen of Swords reversed is if we can have a more logical approach to what we're looking back at as far as the memories, if we can appreciate and kind of see the silver lining of what we've been through and our experiences and some of those events that we've had, because it shaped who we are today. And if we can, yeah, forgive the people we've kind of had some contention with in the past, forgive others, forgive ourselves, appreciate where we are and what we've been through and how it's shaped who we are today, and just try to be more present, then we won't get so sucked into kind of this bitterness and the spiteful energy of kind of these reflections that we might be having earlier in the week. The next card is the Ace of Wands reversed, and it has kind of this thumbs down look. It's almost like you're getting a dislike from the universe. It's holding, I don't know if you can see that very well, but the Ace of Wands has a lot to do with new beginnings, and it can have to do with creative endeavors and potentially romantic budding relationships. So to have it come out in this first half of the week, I'm seeing it as either these painful memories from the past could be of a relationship that didn't unfold in the way you might expect. It could be about creative expression that from the past that maybe these people, maybe the reactions or the response that you've had to your own creative expression was not favorable. It was kind of like you got the thumbs down for expressing yourself, and that maybe the audience was sort of embodied this Queen of Swords, like bitchy, overly critical, spiteful, bitter energy. And as the World card in the center is sort of looking back whimsically with this melancholy and kind of sadness undertones over this whole like earlier part of the week, I think it's just this idea that she's kind of reflecting on where she's come from and what she's been through. And I think that she's stepping into this new version of herself. She's understanding that without those events, she would not be the person she is today. And when I say she, I just mean she or he or you, but you know, it looks like a woman in the card, so that's just kind of what I'm speaking to. What's great about the World card is that she has these spirit animals here in all four corners of the card. So I see that she has a lot of support from the universe, and she's protected in almost this bubble, like this wreath that she's surrounded by. So she's in this protective bubble, supported by the universe. And I feel like whatever creative expression she unleashed in the earlier part of her life that maybe was not responded to in a favorable way, going forward, I feel like the universe will be supporting her much more. So that's a great thing to see and know. And then going into the later part of our week, we have the Four of Wands reversed. And this card has a lot to do, at least in the upright position, with home and family. And usually kind of in the upright position, it's a happy home and family. It's a balanced home and family. It's harmonious. It's strong foundations. So in the reverse position, you might imagine that there could be some things we need to sort out with our home and family. There might be some disharmony. There might be some imbalance. And I see it also as a card of maybe a good day to do a spring cleaning of the home. It's a good like home detox card, and maybe even yourself, like do a little cleanse on that day, clear out some things in your home that you don't use anymore, you don't need, or you have too much of. You can do some smudging, get the sage going, the Palo Santo, all that stuff will be beneficial on this day. I think that puts us at Friday for that card. And then following that, we have the Ten of Wands reversed. And the Ten of Wands has to do with difficulties and responsibilities and sort of being this like weighed down by all these responsibilities. In the upright position, it often will indicate that you're so close to the finish line. If you can just push a little further, a little longer, you'll get to the finish line, and then you can breathe and relax a bit. But in the reverse position, it has more to do with like you're so overwhelmed with responsibilities, you've taken on so much weight and gravity, you've almost like bit off more than you can chew, and it's so heavy that it may cause you to collapse under all that weight. It's like it's forcing you to almost delegate some of these responsibilities to others, otherwise it will debilitate you. And I'm seeing that perhaps the weight of the responsibilities, the amount of the responsibilities that you're dealing with are interfering with your ability to have a balanced and happy home life, home and family. So yeah, we may need to reassess how we delegate our time and our energy, which has been a recurring theme over the last few weeks with the Temperance card and the Two of Pentacles. Often is about like reprioritizing our time and what's important to us. And then the Temperance has been coming up as sort of this life recipe and reworking some of the ingredients or components of our life and what we need in order to be really truly happy and flourish. So I think these elements are still playing out this week as well, with all these heavy responsibilities, having to reevaluate some of our home responsibilities too, and just kind of doing a detox. And then the final card of the week, we have the Page of Wands, which is a return from last week. And last week I spoke about the Page of Wands as a message or news of a new opportunity related to a creative endeavor or work-related opportunity. Usually the Page of Wands does have to do with creativity, so it could be a good day for creative endeavors or activities of any kind. The other thing is I do see the Page of Wands as a romantic interest potentially, so this could be a good day for a date. But I also kind of interrelated with these other cards see that possibly we may need to evaluate how does a romantic interest fit into our life and our responsibilities. Like it might be too much. It might be just that one, something that breaks the camel's back, like the stone that breaks the camel's back or something. It might be like that one extra responsibility that just like breaks us down. So yeah, there are things we need to look at. Can we introduce a romantic interest into our life and still maintain a balanced, happy home and all the other responsibilities that we have in our life? The Page of Wands could be a creative project, so it's like, how do we interweave this creative project that's taking a lot of our time? How do we not feel weighed down by that? It could be both a romantic interest and a creative project that you're trying to fit in with all the other responsibilities. But either way, we are feeling a lot of weight and heaviness in the second part of the week. And so we'll just need to kind of get a grasp on how we'll be able to balance it all. But I do feel like there are things we need to omit in order to truly survive. Like, I think we're just taking on too much. And so, yeah, what are some things you can clear out of your life to make it easier and more balanced? I think ultimately that's where we're headed. So that is our week, and thank you for tuning in, and I will talk to you soon for our weekly forecast for next week and our daily drips. All right, take care.